Well, hello. Today I'm continuing our series on the villages of Lanzarote. Those of you who know the island well will know that the camera currently is looking at the village of Femés, and we are indeed going to be visiting Femés today. But it is kind of in two halves. I'm stood in part of the village which is known as Las Casitas de Femés, so it's the small houses of Femés, and that road you can see between where I'm standing and Femés itself kind of joins them together. So we're going to wander around this bit first, and then we'll head up there and I'll show you the main part of the village. But stay tuned to the end of this video, because at the end of it you will see one of the most iconic views of the island of Lanzarote, and if you haven't seen it before, you're in for a treat. As you'd imagine by its name, Las Casitas de Femés, this part of Femés is largely residential with lots of houses. It also has a couple of interesting things worth taking a look at. There's an art gallery here, and this is kind of the village municipal area, I guess. So we've got these rather nice gardens. It's the front of the art gallery, Luciano Marti. Open every day from 10 until 6. Lots of very nice palms here. We have a small children's playground. An area for lucha, which is Canarian wrestling, with a sort of amphitheatre style seating for the people watching it. And then this beautiful semi-shaded seating area. Just sit and watch the traffic go by. Distant road. It's a very pleasant little area. And look how beautifully it's done with these volcanic rock walls. Another children's play area. There's one other thing of interest to have a look at here, and this is the house we're going to next. Now, this valley is known to be one of the most fertile areas of the island, and it was formed about 15 million years ago, apparently, by volcanic eruptions, and this centerpiece here has taken 15 million years worth of sediment and water flow from those volcanic eruptions. And the soil here is 63 meters deep, and at the far end there you can see a lot of crops growing, and we also have crops on the hillside here, taking advantage of the fertility of the valley of Femés. Now, this property here always makes people stop and stare because of the rather weird stuff you can see around it and in the garden. And it's owned by the person who used to build the bits and pieces for Carnival in Arrecife. And over the years, as he built new things for the carnival floats, he, at the end of carnival, brought them up to his house, and they live here. There's a helicopter which was used for carnival. You can see in the garden there. And there's just all kinds of weird and wonderful stuff. You can spend some time examining it, looking at it. What we're going to do now is get back on the road and get to the main part of Femés in the distance there. So here we are in Femés proper now, and these are the fertile fields I was talking about at the head of the valley. What we're going to do now is I'm just going to stroll through the village of Femés and point out things of interest to you, as I usually do with these village walkabout videos. Probably hear the wind on the microphone, and I'm sorry about the traffic noise. First thing we come to here is the charming, beautiful little village school. CEIP Mararia, it's called. CEIP is Centro Educativo Infantiles Público. And it's just a very pretty little building. And like much of Femés, really nicely cared for. On my left now, we've got the original town aljibe, water storage, which would have been used for those fields down at the bottom of the valley. There are speed bumps here now to keep the speed below 30 kilometers an hour. It's a very impressive house on the top of the hill there. I know I went to that about 20 years ago for a meeting, and I can't remember who with or why, but I do remember being super impressed by the house and the driveway that winds up to it. You can see all the cell phone and television masts on there which feed Playa Blanca, and as with all Spanish villages, there's a barky dog in the distance. So we'll walk on through this residential bit, but remember that there's an amazing view coming up. These grapevines have all been pruned, ready for the coming growing season. And they use wooden blocks to keep the branches off the soil so that they don't suffer from any rot or mildew. Absolutely perfect field of pecan there. A lot of weed in it. And we've arrived in the village proper now, and it's a 3-restaurant village, and I'll show them all to you. There's a big field here of prickly pear cactus, which I'm guessing at one time we used to host cochineal in the time when Lanzarote was exporting a lot of the very valuable cochineal red dye. First restaurant you come to is Bar El Rincón de Marcial's bar. And that's a very traditional kind of tapas style bar restaurant. So the island's best cheeses are made here at Quesería Rubicon. And up there on the hill is one of the biggest goat farms on the island. So this is goat country here. There's the other side of El Rincón de Marcial. You can see it's just beautifully kept. One of those villages where the villagers, in combination with the council, the Ayuntamiento, keep it pristine at all times. This plaza here, you've got perfectly trimmed palms, all the walls are perfectly white. This is the kind of civic centre on my left now. And to my right is the church. I'll get back in a minute because I just want to show you these other restaurants. In fact, there's 4, not 3, as I said earlier. So you've got El Mirador de Femés. They all have the view I'm going to show you in a minute. But also here you have Casa Emiliano. You can see there's quite a few people there enjoying the sunshine, although it's a bit windy. Emiliano was closed for a long time after the pandemic, and I'd heard that Emiliano had retired, so I'm guessing he's either sold it and they've kept the name, or someone else from the family is running the restaurant now. Okay, let's go check out that view I promised you. There's the little church. These are the tables and chairs from the restaurant, and you're beginning to get an inkling of that view now. This view is being guarded by a statue of Maria, and Maria is the lady after whom the school was named, you may have noticed earlier. She was the first teacher of the school. There is that incredible view with all of Playa Blanca laid out in front of you, and a view as well of the island of Fuerteventura. This road is now closed to cyclists, which I think makes it much safer because it's pretty narrow with passing places in between. And if, as you can see, if you go off the edge there, you really do go off the edge. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed hanging on for the view at the end and that it was worth it. If you've got any questions, just put them in comments below. I'm happy to answer them. I read every single one of them. Thank you so much for watching one of our latest Villages of Lanzarote videos. If you liked it, please give us a like. See you soon. Bye for now.